All right, well, g'day there. Richard Musgrave-Evans here again, and welcome back. Today, inside the studio, got all the paintings around me, fantastic. What I'm going to do is paint an absolutely massive Belgian linen. Cannot wait for this one, pretty excited. Very nice subject matter. Before I go on about it too much, let's just get into it. First we'll look at the colours. What we've got here is Viridian Green, Magenta, Phthalo Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Burnt Sienna, Alizarin Crimson, Yellow Ochre, Titanium White, and a couple of cads, Cad Orange and Cad Yellow. Now that should be enough. Can't wait, let's go. Okay, now I've got a bit of white on the knife from when I was getting it out of the tin. I'll just use that white. And just a quick little feel of what we're going to do today. Where are we going? There's the horizon there. I reckon this will be about it. Let's have a look. That'll go across there. Just feeling the lines in. I reckon that's about right. Let's just see now. That's going to be the waterline there, all right? I can dance along there. There, up there, grab a bit more of this white for blocking in. Just feeling my way. There'll be a bit of a tree over there. Bit of a highlight there as she's hitting the light. Some lines this way. At the moment we're just feeling the composition, not putting anything set too much in concrete. Yeah. All right, let's clean some of that off. Just grab a little bit of paper towel. Just going to stick some darks across here. Bit of burnt sienna. Alizarin Crimson, a nice red. Let me just have a look. About there. Now that's very red at the moment, but I'll go with that. Actually, what I might do is straight away stick some of the Viridian Green in with that. That'll neutralise it a little so it's not too intense. Burnt Sienna, Alizarin Crimson, Viridian Green. Yeah, bit of that there, bit of that there. A bit just there. What do we got? Maybe one here. There we go, put that there. I'm just going to stand back for a minute and see if I've got the composition flowing before I get stuck into it too much. I reckon I just need a little bit more of that. Across this way a bit, where are we? Over here. Viridian Green, Yellow Ochre, Burnt Sienna. Just mix up a bit of a neutral type of greenish. What do we got? A bit more Yellow Ochre, a bit more Burnt Sienna. Just a fairly neutral type of value here. This can be where the water edge is. Stick that on there. And then we'll get rid of the tape when we're ready. Put that along the tape line. So, alright, so that tape's already served its purpose just like that. A bit more. There we go. Okay, let's do it. Well, here we go. Alright, Yellow Ochre, Burnt Sienna, Viridian Green, mixing up a nice deep colour, shadow colour. A bit more Yellow Ochre. them in. That'll be the tree foliage. I won't go any higher than that. There's the one there. So, more yellow ochre, more burnt sienna, more viridian green. A bit more yellow ochre. That can be on there, yellow ochre, burnt sienna. Bit there, bit there. It's coming along nicely. What values am I going to use here? Yellow ochre, viridian green, just a twang of white to lighten it that little bit, burnt sienna, yellow ochre. What we got? A bit more burnt sienna. I just want to darken the value, a bit more viridian green, bring it back down a little bit. So adding a little bit of green, a little bit of burnt sienna. Putting some of the foliage in that's up on top of the ridge top here. Lovely salt bushes and whatever else. A little bit more coming down here. You want to add a little tiny bit of blue with that, so you go ultramarine blue. Just want to frost it off a bit of phthalo blue maybe. You get those lovely blue bush colours in the outback, salt bushy type colours. So there's a little bit more blue involved rather than just all the green colours. There's a twang of blue as well. Salt bushy blue, that looks good, yeah. Okay. Alright, well I've got that in. Now what I'd reckon I'll do is, this linen is fairly similar to one of the colours I want to use soon, so I won't put that in because I'm going for the biggest differences. The biggest differences would be the ochre colours of the cliffs. Let's go for burnt sienna, a bit of cat orange, a bit of white. Now I've got a little study just up on the wall that I did. It was a nice little painting, it worked out really well, and I thought one of these days I'm going to turn into a big painting, and today is the day. So I'll give you a quick look at that study so you can understand what I'm working with. And I've got a bit of video footage to go along with it, as you can see also, but the combination of those two, I'll end up painting this picture. All right, let's keep on going. Those burnt siennas, how strong are they? Go in there. Big painting today. There's going to be a lot of work and a lot of paint involved here. Yellow ochre, white, cat orange. What do I want to work with here? Just feel it in thin at the start and then I'll thicken her up. Stick some of those in. Go for a bit of a shadow colour, so burnt sienna, ultramarine blue to knock it back. The opposite on the colour wheel, that'll key it down to a quieter colour. A little bit of yellow ochre with that blue. So we've got white. Fairly neutral colour, a little bit more yellow ochre. This is the colour, it's almost the colour of linen I was telling you about. It's the shadow. You can probably hardly see it there. It's not much different than the colour of the Belgian linen. But it's the shadow of some of the beautiful ochre cliff colours. You've got to get it in. You've got to get that colour in. So we'll keep on going. Ultramarine blue, yellow ochre. The ultramarine blue's knocking it down. Knocking it back a value here and there. Make sure I get that not too light in tone. It's got to be dark enough to be convincingly a shadow. That'll be all through there, down there. And there. More yellow ochre, it varies in colours as it goes. More of an ochre colour down here near the water's edge. And that of course runs down into the water. Putting those colours in the water soon. Right, well I'm starting to get the colours of those cliffs and whatever in. Just going to get the reflections of those water before I go too far, because it is one of those things that needs to go in. Viridian green, burnt sienna, yellow ochre. It's kind of a muddy colour. Let's key down. What's the original study say here? Let's just have a look. Let's knock it back a bit. I'll put a bit of ultramarine blue. That'll sort of knock it back into a darker value and eliminate some of the chromatic saturation. So it's darker in value and also weaker in colour. Let's just have a look. That'll be there. That'll be there. We are going through the paint. This linen uses absolutely tons of paint, but it's all part of it. The end result with this chunky knife style, this linen is quite a lovely additive to the technique, I guess you could say. All right, just stand back for a minute, have a look what's going on, and also get some more yellow ochre. We're going to use heaps of that yellow ochre, so I'll pump heaps of it out. There we go, look at that. Insane stuff. Absolutely great. All right, get the knife. Put with the yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, white. Colour am I trying to knock up? A bit more yellow ochre. Bit of cat orange as well. Like that. Then there'll be some down here. Coming down like so. Down that way. A bit more white. Yellow ochre. We'll go a bit of alizarin crimson, a nice red. Alizarin crimson will take some of the green, a little bit of the green out of the colour. Be there. That'll be there. Getting there, getting there. Keep on applying more paint, get more paint on the surface so we've got something to play with. Chunk her on. There's going to be some nice oranges. I'll put them in now so straight away we can see the effects. We've got cat oranges and yellows. You'll see what I'm on about. Put some of those in and things should start to pop a bit. Give you an idea of what's actually going to be going on here. Beautiful oranges up here with the lights hitting. A bit more yellow ochre and cat orange. Yeah, lovely accent through here. Up this way. Thank you. Through there, through there. Yellow ochre and white. Some nice highlights just here. I'll pump that in right now so we can start to see that sunlight shining immediately. She starts firing up. That last light, just as she glows on the bank, everything turns into magic. You've got those beautiful colours to start with, of the ochre cliffs. As soon as that last light hits it, boom, it's all on. Stand back and have a look. All right, the top of that cliff there is just a little bit more chocolatey, so we'll go for some burnt siennas. Beautiful alizarin crimson, that nice red, a little bit of white. Cat orange, I can see we're going to throw heaps of that stuff. Nice chocolate colour like so. And it'll chunk its way through here, up that way. There's a little bit of it there, I've got that there already. Bits and pieces through here. Dancing its way down there. A little bit more through these areas here. Chocolate brown, lovely chocolate brown colour. Try and pick up all the variety in the cliff itself, all those subtle variety of colours, try and pick them up. That'll add to the interest of the finished product. A bit of white, titanium white, cad yellow, bit of red thrown in. Some nice white highlights running along here. More of that white cad colours kind of doming up here, peaking there. It's going well. Now we've got to do, we need some more yellow because we're running out really quickly because of the coarse stuff. But like I said, once you get it all on with the coarse linen, it absolutely looks fantastic up close. About reality when you get back, and hopefully about beautiful application and paint up close. All right. Okay, let's do this more yellow ochre, cat orange, white. Get that in there. You can hear a bit of a chopper outside. Don't know if you can hear that or not. There's the tour down under today, the bike race. Road cycling race, the women's cycling race is on today. There we go. In Harndorf, so there'll be a bit of action in the background. I've got the doors to my studio shut today, cad colours and white, so I can paint this big ripper. There, that's their yellows, cad yellow and white, cad orange. Bit more of the burnt sienna version and alizarin crimson. Down in here it's going to be mimicking those deeper colours. A bit of white to frost it off. That's it. Put those browns in there, so come through here, yep, down into here, like so. Right, yellow, white, orange. Keep on going with this, that's there. Yeah, there's plenty to do here, plenty to do. There. There we go. Starting to feel something. I'll just stand back for a minute and have a look, see what I think. All right, well, I've got a quick impression of not enough paint on yet, but a little bit of paint, getting the idea of what's going on through here. The biggest difference is now is the fact that we need sky, a bit of a reflection of the sky, so we'll do that. And yeah, we are recording, fantastic. Put the sky in and then work with the rest of it after that. So let's go for some titanium white. We're going to need buckets of white. Ultramarine blue, bit of phthalo blue combined. The ultramarine will help knock the phthalo back a bit because that phthalo is a strong, intense colour. What do we got there? Let's just apply some of that and see what I've got. There's the original study. That's beautiful. It's such a complementary colour to what we were just working with, all those ochres. Put some of that in. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Looks lovely. Of course, some of that will be down in here. I'll go for some yellow ochre and white, just lighten the value. So I've got more yellow ochre in it, in the mix. More yellow ochre as it gets lower to the horizon. It'll become a little bit more yellow ochre dominant. But 20 more phthalo maybe. Let's have a look. A little bit of that ultramarine blue just to knock the phthalo back a little bit. Yeah, so just slightly greener. That's what I was after. I'll just put a bit up in here. Like that. Down to there. Like so. Chipper in there. Leaving the negative space of trees on the horizon, on the ridge top. Yeah, running out so quickly. This is so much paint. Look at all this paint going on. Fantastic stuff. Like I said, the end result, hopefully, gives you an extra dimension because you're using so much, applying so much paint. There's a little bit more yellow ochre in that because it's getting lower down on the horizon. A bit more of that in now. Knock a bit of that into there too because that was a little bit too intense through here. I can go like that. Let me just stand back, see if I've got the colours right. I might have to knock the intensity out of the colours. They're a little bit saturated for this time of day in the sky. Let's have a look, eh? That's working well. Now I might put a little bit of cloud in there as well so I've got a bit of variety in the sky. So let's use some, what do we got? Ultramarine blue, white, alizarin crimson. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, ultramarine blue and sienna to get that extra sort of browny colour of some of those clouds. Bit of magenta, so you got magenta, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's just apply some of that on there. That's looking like a nice kind of evening sky colour. Only problem is there wasn't enough, was there? White, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, magenta. Look at that, mixing buckets of the stuff. Mix it up into a lovely brew. A little bit more brown in that, that's kind of cool. Got to go up here, and notice there's some brown up there. Put that brown in. That's working well. Right across there like that. It's going on lovely. Nice neat edges. So much work to do on this big painting, it's just huge as you can see. Some browns through there, greens, blending them together. That's going well, let's just keep on going with all this theory. Tons of white, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, magenta. Mix up heaps of it, get it all blended beautifully. It's a nice kind of cloudy evening sky colour. There's a little bit more blue dominant than the brown there. There's a little bit darker value here and a little bit bluer. But they're all different shades of grey really. On she goes, lovely. That's looking good. Looking good. Making spaces for the tree line on the horizon. More titanium white, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue. Just keep mixing up more of this brew, magenta. Now that's very magenta dominant, so I'll go for a little bit more blue. Lovely stuff. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. More of it. When she goes. Trowel it on like you're plastering a wall. Yep, right up to the edges, nice and neat. I'll fill that little area in where the easel is later on. Let's just get the paint on first. Go for a bit more blue. Change the tack here a bit more white. Up in the top corner there's a little bit more blue, so I've got the magenta, the ultramarine blue. There's a little bit more blue sky showing through rather than cloud cover up here. So I'll do that to add a bit of variety. Nice, going on beautifully. That's looking good. Lovely colours we're making here, eh? White, burnt sienna. And what I'm going to do here is go a little bit lighter in value. So I've got burnt sienna, white. The idea of that is because we're trying to paint also a little bit of cloud with light on it, not just all in shadow. So that'll come through here. Put that on there. It's a nice colour, all evening colours. That's lovely buttery stuff, I tell you what. Buttery paint, beautiful. Bit more burnt sienna, keep the chunky butteriness, I love that. And once you get enough paint on, like I said, with this style of linen, it really enhances it, getting like chunky stuff happening. Put some of those colours down in here. A bit more of the grey, so some ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. What do we got on the original study? Let's have a look. Just key it down a bit more, burnt sienna to warm her up. A bit more white to lighten the value. A bit more burnt sienna. More blue. Bit more magenta, white to lighten the value again, getting a nice brew there. What do we got there? Nice and neat on the edges. Bring it down to the base. Lovely reflections. A little bit of that shooting through there just to give me the feel what's going on. Alright, I think I'll stand back and have a look, see what the cuss is going on. Alright, well that's all working out. I'll get some burnt sienna in there, let's just keep on going, eh? Burnt sienna. Yeah, burnt sienna. Nice subdued value there. It's going to go right up to about there, so that'll be down here, like so. Some of those burnt siennas through there. A bit more burnt sienna in that mix actually. Not enough of it. What do we got? Some of them here, and then running its way down that way. Train. I can go in there. to that. Now I've got that dark green there. What I might do is just add, while I'm here, get a bit of yellow ochre. Yellow ochre, red and green, maybe a bit of cat orange to get a bit of a twang. Just want a bit more of the sunlight going. Let's have a look. There's the original studies. What are we going to have here? It's pretty good, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go, just put this lighter value on. Yellow ochre, a bit of cat orange. So if that's happening there, that's going to be down in here as well. I just wanted to add a little bit more to that reflection. There's a twang of that there. Things are coming along definitely. We're getting the right values set up. Let's just now put more paint on because basically there's too much linen showing through. So let's get stuck into it. Okay, cat orange, yellow ochre, white, cat yellow. More colour, more paint. More browns, we go for a bit more burnt sienna, there's always variety. Alizarin crimson and white, that chocolatey colour. Up here, a bit more cat orange, burnt sienna. Get that really rich value. Lovely and rich there. That's it. That'll be rich colours up in here. Keep applying paint, keep getting paint on the linen itself. Slowly thickening up when we become more sure of what we're actually trying to do. Everything was just suggested at the start, and now, as I become more confident that I'm getting things at the right spot, I start reeling it in more. Yep. Okay, so yellow, cat orange and white, a bit more of the high key values. It's nice. Let me chunk that stuff on there. Lovely. Buttery, chunky paint, more of that yellow, orange and white. Through here. More of that here. Yep. All right, things are starting to come along. Let's just keep on going. Let's keep on putting the paint on. Cad yellow, white, cad orange. There's going to be a lot of that in here, so let's put a lot in. Just soften this area here. It's in shadow. There's shadow there. There'll be shadow down through there, tending to mimic it. A bit more of the lights through here. A few of those yellows and oranges dancing around through here, there. Some filtering through where the tree is. Got it on the major work. I mean, the one I did, the small work I did, the small study's got that. So we'll work with that. Some of that there. Yeah. Go for the more oranges and yellows and white. intensify some of the colours up here. It's getting there, you can see it's getting there, a bit more yellow and white through this area. It's going to be a bit more white in that valley. So things are starting to get there, as you can see. Just mix up some of these ochre colours, a little bit of cad with it. Just trying to get some of the foliage put in now, a little bit more of the foliage. Trees on the ridge, etc., etc. Mix that a bit more. Get plenty of paint on, like I was saying earlier. That way we've got a nice surface to work with. What have we got here? A few trees kicking around there. That's looking good, coming along. A few more of them around there. There we go, just keep adding bits and pieces. Alright, well I've got a lot of the warm values. What I'm going to do is put a few cooler ones. We'll get some blues. Blues and whites and whatever. Just to lighten that value. Just get a bit more white in the blue. The idea of that is to help send those complementary colours opposite on the colour wheel. Really make the light and shadow pop then, won't it? That's the theory. Particularly put it on the edges where the light meets the shadow. Just cool some of this area off a little through here. Put some in there. The water can be a bit greener. I can still have a bit of that blue in it. Immediately you can see, as soon as you start putting those blues, the light really starts to pop. Really becomes a thing then. Well, things are starting to get there. We're starting to get the big impression. I've got enough paint on now. I've got buckets of paint, and I feel like I've got the composition pretty much worked out as well. Seem to have a good flow. I've got nice reflections. But now, once I've got all the paint bulked in like that, now I reckon I need to start refining. So I've got the little knife out. Going to start doing a few little marks here and there. What do we got? We'll go for a little bit of light tones like so, and just put some nice ripples across the top of the water, just very fine lines like so. Things like that, it really start to pull it together, and you'll feel a bit of a current or a bit of something flying through there, maybe a breath of wind on the water, just catching the breeze. Nice knife on edge lines. some fine marks. Wipe that knife clean. It's all about mark making and the illusion of detail by putting refining lines in. Refinement, knife on edge, high key colours, really pops. All of a sudden your eye sees what's going on and says, this painting's actually a lot more finished than I thought. Because those fine lines really do give that illusion of detail. It can all be about paint up close, but putting a few marks in like this will really start to pull it together. Okay. Okay, getting there, big chunks up close. It's so abstract, can't wait to get that camera off and come buzzing in so you guys can have a look. It's just absolutely wild up close. But getting back, there is some illusion of realism, which I'm pretty happy about. So just trying to get the flow of hard and soft. I've got some nice soft edges there, contrasting dramatically with hard, bright, high key edges, soft resting areas. Nice blue across the water to give the feeling of ripple of wind or current or whatever, like I was saying earlier. Ooh, what do we got here? Yeah, subtle colours in the sky. The sky, I haven't got too brighter colours. I've left them low key to try and push it back so that this is the main crescendo here and don't let the sky compete too much. Yeah, these fine lines on the surface are really working. Pull it through like so. Beautiful fine marks. Yes. Just keep on going. Get little refining marks here and there to pop it. There's the finished result. Pretty happy with what's going on. I'm really enjoying the warm and cool contrast and just that last rays of light bursting across the landscape. Now, as far as the application, it's all straight paint with the palette knife, as you know, and saw, but up here I've gone really thick and chunky, and down here I've pushed it a lot smoother with the knife, gone for a smooth thing. And what I'm trying to do there is contrast dramatically, because I believe good paintings are always about contrast, hard against soft, lost against found, colour against no colour, etc. And in this particular case, thick chunky paint against smooth flat paint. That is a great contrast. And also, as you saw, as soon as I started, once I got blocked a lot of the colour in, finally got it all on, once I started to put some of those cooler blues, it really started to define it into light and shadow. And you saw once I start putting a few branches, after I'd worked out, okay, got the big impression, got everything in the right spot, now start to reel it in, start to put a few branches, a few little fine marks here and there, and all of a sudden, the illusion of reality starts to pop in. So, from a distance, it's about reality, and up close, it's all about application and paint. All right, so in here, the cliffs themselves, heading cliffs on the Murray River, absolutely beautiful subject at any time of day, but particularly at sunset like this. They've got beautiful ochre colours and whatever else, and in the shadows here I've got magentas and reds and yellow ochres and all different colours, and that's exactly what the cliffs are like. They're just absolutely beautiful. So once the evening light gets on them, it displays all sorts of pretty colours. A few fine lines across the water, give the feeling of current, give that breath of wind on the water maybe, and really give that illusion of finish and refinement, because you've got the soft downward marks and then the fine cross marks. On the whole, pretty happy with what's going on. Let's get that camera off now, come buzzing right in so you guys can have a look and see what you think. All right, thank you.